تفرق قدام.
هنا استاذ في كراسي فاضيه في كراسي فاضيه الناحيه الثانيه
It is here that Moses is said to have received the Ten Commandments. From space, the 61,000 square kilometre Sinai Peninsula is one of Earth's most distinctive landmarks. This ancient land now boasts 7 protected areas spanning some 10,000 square kilometres. These include the peninsula's most diverse regions, providing varied habitats in which a wide variety of plants and animals can thrive. The Sinai constitutes a geological and cultural bridge between Africa and Eurasia. Evidence of human occupation in and around Sinai dates from the Paleolithic Stone Age, more than 500,000 years ago. Remnants of Bronze Age villages stand witness to an ancient past. The Nawamis, nearly 7,000 years old, are amongst the oldest roof buildings known to exist. Pharaohs sent mining expeditions into Sinai. They built a temple here for Hathor, the Egyptian goddess favoured as protector in desert regions. In Egris Safar, ancient dwellings from the Nabatean period. Sinai is a magical and sacred land, a point of convergence for 3 great religions. The monastery of St. Catherine is the oldest Christian monastery with a history of continuous occupation. Other sites, such as the fortress Salahuddin, built on Pharaoh's Island, and Sheikh Mesa, date back to early Islamic periods. Today, distinct Bedouin tribes inhabit the protectorates. They are a conservative people, with a rich culture and a famous reputation for hospitality, who possess a profound knowledge of their land. One group, the Jebelea, has played an integral part in the life of the St. Catherine Monastery since its inception. Over the centuries, the monks and the Jebelea have maintained a deep, mutually beneficial relationship. The blend and profusion of colours in Sinai's high mountains hint at the complex, often violent evolution of this landscape. Relatively young rocks sit incongruously next to some of the world's oldest rock formations. Granitic and volcanic material dating back 1 billion years. Amongst the peaks created during the relatively recent Miocene epoch are some of the highest. Mount Catherine at 2,665 metres, and the famous Mount Sinai. Dark veins or dikes, such as this one, above the St. Catherine Protectorate's Visitor Centre, are intrusions of volcanic rock into rock fractures and along lines of weakness. At Tabar Protectorate, colourful and intriguing rock formations in eroded sandstones are cut into fantastic shapes by the wind. The coastal limestone cliffs of Ras Mohammed tower above the crystal clear waters of the Red Sea, home to a rich diversity of marine life. The coral reefs are the most important of marine ecosystems, and it is here that an enormous range of creatures can be seen. Brilliantly coloured fishes, creatures both large and small, from tiny reef inhabitants to to large open water predators, each has a place in this complex and stunning life of the Red Sea. The sandy beaches are nesting sites for the endangered marine turtle, which buries its eggs in the sand. Hatchlings then emerge, some falling prey to a variety of predators. Mangroves are strung like emeralds along the Red Sea and Namek protected area. These vital and productive ecosystems are among the world's most endangered habitats. Here, an osprey family nests on the sturdy branches of this mangrove tree. Namek is blessed with extensive seagrass beds. These unusual marine flowering plants nourish an astonishing diversity of life, some of which are endangered, such as the green turtle and the rare dugong. Further north of Namek, the Abu Ghul Protectorate features varied coastal and mountain ecosystems unique on the Gulf of Aqaba. These cliffs and peaks belong to the ibex, perfectly adapted to this mountainous terrain. The largely nocturnal fox can occasionally be spotted at dusk. The Taba Protectorate lies in the northern part of the Gulf of Aqaba. It is especially notable for its spectacular scenery and diverse wildlife, such as the hyraxes which emerge from rocky crevices, descending to feed on thorny trees. The Protectorate also provides a refuge for the rare and endangered Dorcas gazelle, which scarcely inhabits the vegetated wadis. On the Mediterranean coast of North Sinai is Zarannik, one of Egypt's most scenic protected areas. It is a birdwatcher's paradise, where an exceptional variety of birds can be observed. Many birds, such as the greater flamingo, spend winter here. The fennec fox, the world's smallest fox species, finds shelter in the park's vegetated sand dunes. So does the critically endangered Egyptian tortoise. Here, one is fitted with an antenna to monitor its range. The St. Catherine Protectorate spans 4,320 square kilometres, virtually encompassing the entire high mountain area of South Sinai. This is the peninsula's most diverse region, with elevations ranging between 1,500 to 2,665 metres, providing a climate which allows for many different types of vegetation and animal species to flourish. The Jebelaya refer to winter as the time when nothing moves. Winters here are very cold, with temperatures frequently dropping below freezing, and snow accumulating at higher elevations. Spring is a social time for the Jebelaya, who gather in their mountain gardens as the birds return. The enigmatic Tritron's grackle show off its chestnut striped wings, and the Sinai rosefinch flaunts its stunning plumage. In a good year, snow melt and rainfall will splash through mountain watercourses until June. The Jebelaya delight in the waterfall habitat they call the Dripping Place, Nagat, around which hangs a profusion of maidenhair ferns. Below the slide, there is typically a pool surrounded by lush growths of rushes, wild fig and willow. Hikers find cooling relief in pools of red granite, which the Jebelaya call Galt. The largest is Al-Galt Al-Azraq at Wadi Taba, a basin of cold water 4 meters deep and 7 meters across. The Karasa, or bead, is an elongated pool. Unlike the Galt, it has no perennial source of replenishment. Perennial water sources include the Tamila, a vein of fresh water which can be accessed by digging into the gravel wadi floor. Although a desert ecosystem, over 529 plant species have been identified in the Sinai's high mountains, 33 of which are endemic. Several of these plant species have attracted international interest. At least 47% of the plant species here have medicinal, aromatic, cosmetic or culinary uses. Local Bedouins use many plants to treat a variety of medical disorders. In such isolation, many of these floral remnants have gradually evolved into endemics. Amongst them, the rarest of Sinai's plants, the Sinai primrose. Another is the endangered Rosa arabica el-Wad el-Bari, of which only 85 remain in the high mountains. The Rubus sanctus is revered at the monastery as the burning bush of Exodus. This rich diversity of flora is perhaps best described by contemporary author Joseph Hobbs, who writes of the Sinai, in floristic terms, one walks from Afghanistan's Sahel to the Sahara in the steep 8-kilometer descent from the plains of Al-Raha to Sheikh Awad. There is a traditional Bedouin saying, "If you help me to stand, I will walk the rest of the way." It is hoped that through sound conservation efforts and empowerment initiatives, the Bedouin of Sinai and their peaceful landscape will continue to thrive for generations to come.